What is up, everybody? I know I'm a couple days late on this, but we're recapping this one. Whoa, this one. Ha. Anyway, that's what we're talking about today. So let's get into it. What is going on, everybody? Make sure you like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. And without further ado, let's get into it. Now, this video it's gonna be more opinion based. There's not gonna be a lot of facts in going into this. Because I'm gonna do these reaction videos from now on when it comes to these fights. But we're gonna start off with the featherweight championship fight. What a fight! Bulk shows. Ilya Poirier is just good. And then there's questions about that, right? Because you go, well, Islam knocked him out in October, and then he came back in February. So was he really ready to fight? I cannot answer that for you. Like, we would have to see them rematch, maybe at lightweight. Lightweight would be very interesting, right? Because there's a lot of questions going on about that as well. Is Ilya fighting Islam? Is he gonna fight Charles? Because there's a rumor going around that he's fighting Charles at UFC Noche, UFC 320 in Guadalajara. That's wild. Because so we got UFC 316 is gonna be at the Prudential Center. That's the Kayla Harrison, Julian Pena, Sean O'Malley, Marab fight. Then you got UFC 317, which will be International Fight Week, which is the rumored John Jones fight. Then you have UFC 318, which is rumored for Anaheim. It's either 318 or 319. Editor, put the right thing in there. It's rumored for Anaheim, and the rumored fight for that is Max versus Dustin for the BMF belt. Although I did hear that they're gonna also try to book that fight for Holloway's hometown in New Orleans, Louisiana. So we'll see about that. But right now, 318, 319 is looking like it's gonna happen in Anaheim, which makes sense because the UFC struck some type of deal and they haven't fought there. They haven't been there since Volk fought. So Poirier, although I don't know if the Masvidal Nate fight counts because that was also on UFC Fight Pass. So I don't know if that counts. Because of course George is still under contract with the UFC. But anyway, let's get back to this. So Volk shows he's the man still. Won his belt. If we look at the rankings, who would next would be Musa Ivolov or Imavov. But dude, there's Aaron Pico. Aaron Pico is the freaking man, okay? Like that dude is awesome. I cannot wait for his debut. It was supposed to happen in May, apparently. But that's not happening. He was supposed to fight Mozart Imavov. So when I say his name, we're gonna go with Imavov. It could be Ivaloyev, but I'm gonna go with Imavov until somebody tells me different. So we'll see, man. Like um he has a win streak, so it looks like it'll be him. Oh, sorry. And then for Diego, I know Yair won against Pitbull, but that's the fight to make. I mean, this guy he just fought for the belt. Yair won, but come on, Guadalajara, Mexico, Noche. You want to make that fight there, and you make it the co-main event, 5 rounds. Or just make it a feature fight, 5 rounds. You do it for Nate. Why can't you do it for these guys? That's what I want to see. Moving on to Chandler versus Patty Pimblett. I mean, are we gonna stop doubting Patty? First of all, I'm gonna give Patty one of these. That's how awesome I thought that fight was. His performance was. I mean, this guy, for lack of better terms, he beat the brakes off of Chandler. He beat Chandler where he was best. I will say this: if you want criticism for Patty Pimblett, you give him criticism is he has to work on his striking. It looks amateurish. He can beat me up for sure, but like when he's fighting against these better strikers, like he needs to do better. Like Mike was short, but I'm pretty sure Mike could have gotten in there and caught him, but he didn't. He says he's a scouser, so they don't get knocked out. But do we really want to prove that theory if he's in there for a title fight? And another thing is, a lot of people say Islam would absolutely wash him. That's not the case. If you guys notice, Patty's almost twice the size of all his opponents. My cousin even told me, he's like, dude, Patty looked huge in there. I'm like, that's always the case. Like, you don't believe me? Look back when he fought Tony Ferguson. He looked like he was twice his size. I don't even know how Patty would make featherweight and Cage Warriors. That's wild. What's next for him would be a top 3 guy, which would be who? There's Charles. Again, Charles is rumored that he's fighting Ilya Taporia. There's Dustin. He's rumored to be fighting for his last fight for the BMF belt. Who else is there? There's Ilya, which is something. If you ask me, that's the fight I want to see because they both have history with each other. Of course, you would call him hand sanitizer boy, and then you would like back then you would look at it and laugh because you would go, "Whoa, Patty has no bearings on trying to fight Ilya after the Jared Gordon fight," because Patty did get a lot of backlash for his performance and the way he acted after that fight. So, but the Bobby Green fight. Okay, so look, Patty right now, where's he sitting? Patty's sitting at number 8. So above him is Mateusz Gamrot, Dan Hooker, Dustin, Max, Justin, Charles, and Armin. Chandler got pushed down to 12. This is the first time I'm looking at these rankings. If you guys don't believe me, let me share this with you. Bam. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see that. It says number 8, Patty, number 7, Mateusz Gamrot. It looks like you guys can see number 6, Dan, number 5, Dustin, number 4, Max, number 3, Charles. Actually, wait. So number 4, Max, I'm sorry. Number 3, Justin, number 2, Charles, and number 1, Armin. If I'm Patty, you don't fight Mateusz Gamrot. You go for Dan. Again, I don't see why he would have to fight either of these guys. Because he's fighting one more time and it's over. Can you guys see this? I don't know if you guys can see this, but I have the cursor. Let me move me. If I move me, for whatever reason, you can't see that, which upsets me. But that's okay. So Patty's gonna fight Mateusz Gamrot, Dan Hooker. He has to fight up. Do not fight down. Whatever you do, don't. Even though it'll be fun, don't fight Renato Moicano. Don't fight Benil Dariush. If I'm his manager, I'm getting him number 6 or higher. Because let's not forget, Dan Hooker was supposed to fight not Armin. Justin, who's number 3. And Patty did call out Justin. So if I'm his manager, I'm fighting number 6 or higher. That's what I would do. Because his goal by the end of the year should be, at the very least, be top 3 or become the number 1 contender. Because honestly, I only see Islam fighting at this point in October. And it's rumored it's going to be Ilya, but I don't know at this point. Like, if I'm Patty, I'm just winning so I could build stock. For Chandler to get a win, I don't know if he fights again. But if I'm him, I would try to get a win. Like, Chandler, who would he fight? Let's see. He's number 12. There is that Conor McGregor fight, but then there's Rafael Fiziev. There's him and Renato would be cool. Him and Benil would be cool. Again, he, if you can, try and fight Dan Hooker because he actually beat Dan Hooker. I don't see Dustin fighting him again because I just don't. Dustin doesn't like him and calls him dirty. I don't see him being able to fight Max. And him and Justin's just ranked way too high. But there's that. Again, Yair Rodriguez, I honestly think he should fight Diego Lopez. Where's Diego ranked at this point? He's ranked number 2. And Yair's tied with Mosa Ivolov. And then they have Ilya at 3. Why? Just take him out of the ranking. He says that he's gonna go to lightweight. Just take him out of the rankings at this point. So if I'm Yair, I'm trying to fight Diego Lopez. I don't understand why they have Max. Max said he's only fighting for the belt. And at this point, he's 0-3 against Volk. I don't see them doing a 4th fight. Unless it's like a double championship thing where they put both belts on the line. But I think that's too pro wrestling for my taste. So they should take Ilya. So if we take Max and Ilya out, Mozart would be number 3. You leave Yair at 4. And Diego would be 1. So then by proxy, Mozart gets the next title shot. Because if I click on his name, we're going to see all his win streaks. Beat Aljo, beat Arnold Allen, and look, he beat Diego Lopez. They were all decisions, but they were unanimous, right? A lot of people thought Mozart lost the Aljo fight, but that's neither here or there. For Pitbull, I just need to see him fight again. He put out a list of people he wanted to fight. I know Aljamain was one of them. Arnold Allen was another one. But just get a win, man. Like the problem is there's a lot of homers in the UFC. When it comes to UFC, they just watch the UFC. There's nothing wrong with that. But Pitbull's good, man. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. And look, then you have Gene Silva, who's number 11. Again, I want to see him fight Brian Ortega. Or did I say that for Pitbull? I said something, Brian Ortega, on my podcast with Brian Ortega. Because Gene Silva, I'm going to tell you guys, he reminds me of Anderson Silva. In the sense that this guy knocks people out. Like, it's going to get to the point where, like, you'll be like, who's going to stop this guy? Like, this guy's the man. That's who I want to see fight for the belt, but he's got work to do. I mean, him and Emmett would be cool just for him to get in the top 10. Him and Ron Murphy. But if I'm him, I'm trying to shoot for the stars. So I would either go Brian Ortega or Arnold Allen. At this point, Pitbull doesn't do anything for him. So then you would give Evaloya bulk and then have Gene Silva fight either Arnold Allen or Brian Ortega. That's what I would do. Okay, light heavyweight. Let's go. Where is he? Where is he? Dominic Reyes is number 8. He's in the top 10. Okay, Khalil Roundtree and Jamal Hill are going to fight in that June card. Again, for Dominic, he's either going to end up fighting Alexander Rakic, which is a fight he really wants, or you give him Carlos Umberg because they were supposed to fight, but Dominic had to pull out because of a blood clot in his leg. Because he says one more and then title shot, but Yuri's right there. So there are 3 possible matchups for him. It would be Yuri, Carlos, or Jamal. I mean, either way, they're all good. But I wouldn't see them having Carlos fight Dominic because Carlos just beat Jan, who beat Dominic, and they say MMA math doesn't work, but that's the excuse they're gonna use. Which, if I'm Carlos's position, I'm saying yeah, because then I would see Yuri fight Carlos for the number one contendership, while Alex rematches Akilaya. So that's what I would do. I would have Dominic fight either Alexander Rakic or Carlos Umberg, or if they don't do that, have him fight Rakic, because that's the logical step. Or unless you want to give him a shot to avenge a loss and fight Blakovic, but I don't see that happening. I would much rather see him fight Rakic in International Fight Week. Stack that card. Dominic took no damage in that Nikita Krylov fight, so stack the card, make that fight. But that's all I got for you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all those cool YouTube things. I hope you enjoyed this. Peace.